Hello students. So students, in the previous class we had completed with the chapter and that is force and laws of motion, and in that chapter student we have discussed about the force, uh, what are the type of forces are there and how we can exert a force on an object, what will happen, as well as we have also understood the laws of motion. So there are three laws of motion. Newton's three law of motion is there. First law, second law and third law. We have understood all three laws as well as understood the applications which is related to the three Newton's laws of motion. Later on, we have also studied the conservation of momentum, that is law of conservation of momentum. So, according to law of conservation of momentum, we have seen that momentum can neither be created nor destroyed. Okay, and in that student, we have seen that the momentum before collision is equal to the momentum after collision. Okay, so we can say that that momentum remain conserved. Okay, it does not changes after or before that. So that was law of conservation of momentum, and we have solved some of the numericals which is related to law of conservation of momentum. Now today we will start with a new chapter, and the chapter name is matter around us pure or not? So the question itself, the chapter itself asking a question that is matter around us is pure or not? Okay, so you see that when we talk about the matter, what is the matter? Anything which occupies space, which has mass, that we called it as a matter. So the things which is present around us, we will consider them as a matter here. Okay, so the matter which is present around us, whether it is a pure or a impure. So if we see a soil, okay, so in soil, when you take a feast of a soil, then what you will find? You will find that actually soil seems to be pure. But maybe when you look at thoroughly, you will find that this soil is of different shape. Even they vary with the color also, they vary with the texture also. And not only this, they may consisting of small pebbles in it, they may consisting of insect also, they may consisting of any other impurities. That could be a small paper, a piece of a paper is there, a piece of a plastic is there, or any metal object can be present there. So when you look at it, you will find that the soil is not pure since it consisting of a lot of other thing in it. So we will say that if anything is there which consisting of a more than a one type of a thing, that is not a pure thing. That is an impure thing. Right? So soil, if it is consisting of the soil particles only, then we will call it that yes, soil is what? It is a pure substance. But since there are other things which is also involved, which is also present with that of the soil, so we will call that soil is not in a pure state. So on the basis of that, we can define the pure substance, or we can say that the matter which is present around us is divided into two, and that is pure and impure. Okay, so we can say that all the matter around us is not pure. Okay, so we can say that matter can be divided into two, and that is pure and impure. Okay, so we can say that matter can be divided into pure and impure. Okay, here. So matter can be divided into two, and that is pure and impure here. If we talk about that of the pure, If we talk about the pure here, students, okay, It is pure means which is consisting of only one kind of atom. Impure, in place of impure, you can also write it that which is mixed with the another component also. So we can use pure and mixture. Okay, so it can be pure or it can be known as a mixture. Now let us try to understand about that of the pure substance. And whenever we talk about the pure substance, we will include two things in that of the pure substance, and that is element and compound. So we can write it elements and compounds. These two are what? These are the pure substances. Okay, now if we take that how the element and compound are the pure substance, so it is made up of only one kind of atom. So we can write it, pure substances are the substance which is made up of only one type of particles or one kind of particles. So which is made up of only one type or one kind of particle, they are known as the pure substances. How, student? If suppose we will take an example of a sulfur. So sulfur is what? It is an element. Okay, we will discuss about that what is an element. Let me tell you that we have heard that sulfur is an element. You have heard about that of the carbon also, or only oxygen. Carbon, oxygen. So these are what? These are the elements, okay, which cannot be further divided. So simply understand that these are the elements that we already have studied in the previous classes also about them. So when you look at them, so you will find that the oxygen consisting only the particle of the oxygen, and that is why it is an oxygen element. If we talk about the sulfur, so sulfur only made up of a sulfur kind of a particle. It means it will only consisting of a sulfur particle. Okay. If we talk about the carbon, so carbon is also made up of only one kind of a atom, and that is carbon atom. If we take any of the example of an element, it can be anything. It can be a fluorine, it can be a chlorine, it can be calcium, it can be sodium or magnesium, anything. Aluminium if you take, copper you will take, or iron you will take. So these all are made up of only one kind of a atom. Iron is made up of a iron kind of a atom. Aluminium is made up of aluminium atom. Sulfur is made up of a sulfur atom. Oxygen is made up of oxygen atom. Okay, sodium is made up of a sodium atom. Helium is made up of a helium atom. So you can see that here that particular element is made up of only one kind of a atom. So we will say that these are what? We will say that it is a pure substance. Okay, it does not consisting of any other kind. So that is why we are saying that the elements are what? They are the pure substances. So we can write it, sulfur element, that is since it is made up of only sulfur atom, and that is why we will say that this is what? It is a pure substance. What about the compound here, students? So when you look at the water, water is what? Water is a compound, and water is also made up of a water molecule. Okay, and that is why water is what? It is a pure substance. So we can write it that water is made up of only one kind of particles, only one kind of particles, and that is called as water molecule. Thus, water is a pure substance. Okay, thus we will call that water is what? It is also a pure substance. Now, all the element and the compound are the pure substances. So, on the basis of that, we will say that all the elements and compounds are made up of, all the element and compound are made up of one kind of particles. Thus are pure substances. Okay, and that is why we will consider them as a pure substances here. Okay, what are the examples, students? A lot examples are there. Hydrogen. Okay, then nitrogen. Nitrogen is there. Sorry, nitrogen. Chlorine. Bromine. Chlorine is there. Bromine is there. Copper, silver, gold, mercury, copper, silver, gold, mercury. Mercury is there, aluminium is there, silicon is there. Silicon, aluminium, etc. These are what? These are the example of the element, students, which are a pure one. What about the compound? So we have only said that water is a pure substance. But water, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is also what? It is also a compound. Okay. Then sodium chloride is there. Sugar is there. Sugar, sodium chloride, copper sulfate, sodium chloride, then copper sulfate is there. Then calcium oxide is there, sodium hydroxide is there. Calcium oxide, sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is there. Then potassium permanganate, camphor is there. Camphor, potassium permanganate, etc. Okay, these are what? These are the various elements and compounds which we are knowing and which are what? Which are the pure substances. Okay, so this is the example of the element and compound which we will consider them as a pure substance. Now, when we talk about the pure substance, it means we are saying that the pure substance is what? Homogeneous in mass. Why homogeneous? Because it's consisting of only one kind of a particle, so it will be homogeneous. Okay, so we can write it. Pure substances are homogeneous. They are homogeneous throughout its mass. Okay, so it is homogeneous throughout its mass. Then it cannot be separated by any other kind of a mean, by any kind of a physical mean, we can say. Okay, so we can say that pure substances cannot be separated into other kinds of matter. It cannot be separated into other kind of matters through physical process. Through physical. Okay, so they cannot be separated through physical process. Last one is, students, that we can say about that of the pure substances, that these pure substances, they are having fixed boiling point and melting point. So we can write it, pure substances are having fixed melting point and fixed boiling point. Okay, boiling. So they are having fixed melting and boiling point. Now, this was about that of the pure substances. So whenever the question is asked that what are the characteristics, how can you say that this object is a pure substance? You will write these points that pure substances, basically when we call the element or the compound, they are the pure substances, and the reason that they possess such kind of a characteristic. The first characteristic, students, that they all are made up of only one kind of a particles. Okay, so throughout their mass, the particles is the same only. They are made up of one kind of a atom, one kind of a particle. Then the next one is, since they are consisting of only one kind of atom, made up of only one kind of a particle, so we can say they are homogeneous, obviously. And since homogeneous and having the same kind of a particle, so their melting and boiling point is also fixed. As well as they are made up of one kind of atom, and this made is a homogeneous, and we cannot separate homogeneous by any kind of a physical means. Okay, so this was about the characteristic of a pure substances. Now let us see that how can you say that the object is what? It is an impure substance. Now see, impure substances are mixture. Impure substances or mixture. When we talk about the mixture, so see, students, when we said the pure substance, we said that this is a substance which is made up of only one kind of a particle. So obviously, if we talk about the impure substance, it is not made up of one kind of a particle, but it is a composition of more than a one kind of a particle. So two or more particles, they combine together and form a substance, and this substance we called it as a impure substance. Basically, we call mixture. You have heard in a general term also, we use that it is a mixture of. So you will understand that mixture of means what? It consisting of a more than a one component in it. Okay, having more than a constituents for making any of the substance, that we will call as a mixture here. Okay, so we can write it. A mixture is one which contains two or more different kinds of particles. Okay, so mixture is one which contain two or more different kind of particles, that we call as a mixture here. Okay, and so basically what happened, that in a mixture we can say two or more pure substances they join together, and these two or more pure substances they form the impure substances. Okay, so mixture contain two or more pure substances together. Two or more substances together here. Okay, now we can write the example here, like students salt the solution. So for making a salt solution, what we used to do, we used to take a thing here, and that is salt and water. Okay, salt and water. So you can see that water is water. Water itself is a pure substance. Salt is also a pure substance. When salt is what? Sodium chloride is what? Salt only. So we can say that when this salt and that of the water, when they combine together, so here this is the mixture of two pure substances when they combine together, and finally they form a solution, that is a salt solution. Salt solution is what? It is a mixture. It is not a compound or an element, and thus we will call it, it is what? It is an impure substance. Okay, so two or more pure substances, they combine together, they mixes together to form an impure substance, to form a mixture here. Now we can take another example. So milk is another example. Milk is what? It is a mixture of water, you know that water is there, fats are there, students, protein is there, fat is there, protein is there, so we can say etc. So you can see here that milk is what? It is also a kind of a mixture which consisting of a water, which consisting of a fat as well as that of the protein. Okay, so this is what? It is a mixture here. So we can say that all the mixtures are actually the impure substances. So all the mixtures are impure substances. And what is the reason? Substances. Since they consisting of one or more pure substances. More substances. Since they are consisting of one or more substances, so we will say that they are what? They are the mixtures only, or they are the impure substances here. Okay. So let us write it some more example of the mixture, some more example of the impure substances. So see, salt solution that we are knowing it. sugar solution. Milk is there. LPG is there, students. Biogas. Air is there. Biogas. LPG. Tap water. Tea. You know that tea leaves and the water and that of the milk and everything will be mixed to make the tea here. So tea is also like that. Minerals. Minerals. Petroleum. Minerals is there. Petroleum is there. Paint is there. Wood is there. Soil, etc. So there are a lot more examples in which we can say that this is an example of a mixture, or these we will consider them as impure substances. Now, is any other thing about that of the mixture, students? Yes, there are some of the characteristics which is possessed by the mixture which make it different from that of the pure substances, and which we can say that yes, it belongs to impure substances. So the first point that we can write it, that is, a mixture can be homogeneous. A mixture is, we can say that a mixture may be a homogeneous or heterogeneous. So you see, students, that in the pure substances we have discussed that it is always a homogeneous. It means it is homogeneous throughout its mass. If we talk about the pure substances, what are that? That is element and the compound. So if we talk about the element, if we talk about the compound, we will say that yes, they remain homogeneous throughout its mass. If we talk about the mixture, so mixture, it can be, or we can say it can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. So if it can be homogeneous throughout the mass, and it can be a heterogeneous. It will never be homogeneous every time. Okay, so it can be homogeneous or a heterogeneous. Then the next one is that a mixture does not have a fixed composition. Does not have a fixed composition. Okay, it does not have a fixed composition. So, since the mixture, they do not have a fixed composition. So, suppose if we will talk that any mixture is there in which two or more pure substances are mixed. Suppose, students, we have taken the sulfur as we have taken the iron. Okay, so these are the two different types of metal and two different types of element is there. So when you mixes both of them, what will happen? One will having the different composition, one is having different composition, we will simply take in it and mixes. So one is having high melting point and another can be have a low melting point. So we can say that when you mixes two of them, both of their melting point as well as the boiling point varies. Okay, so one can have the more boiling point, one can have the less boiling point, one can have the more melting point, another can have the less melting point. Okay, so since they does not have a fixed composition, so their melting and boiling point is also not fixed. So thus their boiling point and their melting point, their boiling point and melting point does not remain remain fixed. Okay, it does not remain fixed. As well as we have seen here, students, that in case of pure substances, we cannot separate them through any physical mean, but in an impure substance, we can separate them through the physical mean. So this is the pure substances and impure substances. We will talk about the element, compound and mixture afterward.